What is happening, fishers, and welcome to Throwback Thursday. So tonight, guys, we've got something exciting here. Don and I have gone to the shelf and pulled out two of our favorite spoons each. Spoon is obviously probably one of the first lures that ever sort of came around.
Yeah, no, for sure.
No sort of a reason.
You know, I know they're still available new, but these designs, I don't think they've become South African favorites for the last 50, 60 years. They dated way back when.
Should we run through them quickly for the guys?
Should we start off with the most popular one? I know it's a little oak.
The legendary Toby spoon.
Do you want to tell about the Toby? I know you're a Toby.
Okay, listen, I like the Toby, guys. I use this for a lot of my freshwater fishing, saltwater fishing. I know you even get some variants, the little red lips on the end that brought them out.
There are quite a few variations.
Yeah.
I know Abu did the one as well. I got a thin Abu.
Yes, very like a plate spoon.
Almost like a plated one. Nowadays, they're coming from various brands. Like Blue's one of the one I think of. There's a Kingfisher one as well. So what's the claim to fame here?
Well, I like Toby's. It's got a very like erratic sort of action to it.
So it wobbles.
It wobbles. It wobbles a hell of a lot. Yeah. I don't think it's the best. They are a small one, not one of the best casting spoons.
You get them up to like 60 grams.
Yeah. Get the bigger ones, but the action of this is phenomenal. I know, like Don was saying, for shad, I think this is almost your number one spoon. So the guys that are fishing double Tobies.
What's quite cool about a Toby like that as well, you get the double one that's clicked together nowadays. So it's quite a popular design as well. Recent thing though. Yeah. But the nice thing about a Toby is you can hoy it and you can just slowly wind it. You don't have to import any action to it.
It does all its own work.
And for shad in particular, I think the retrieve speed is ideal for shad. Because shad don't like a super fast retrieve. No. It's got to be erratic, as you said.
Injured bait fish look.
Absolutely. Yeah. So that's a popular.
So we pull up your...
Should I give them my one?
Yeah, your one you enjoyed, Don.
What's the code on this thing? T21?
T21.
Okay. T21. I used to have a bigger one than this. Basically, I don't know if you can see, it's got a keel back. Yeah. Keel top and hollow back.
Yeah, hollow back underneath.
I always had the theory that as I was pulling this through, the hollow back created a bit of a bubble.
It does.
It pulls a little bit of a bubble. I used to throw a 3 ounce mainly.
Yeah.
And I can throw a little story on this one as well. I was fishing at Jujucha. Yeah. No, Kobanyaba, sorry. It's our first real river after the car, actually into the Wild Coast proper. And incoming inside, I was on the point there. If the guys know it, there's a little bay where the boats used to launch in it.
Yes.
And I was on the point there towards sunset, and ironically I had a 14-foot Conoflex, and I had a Sill Star that is around about a Jigmaster size.
Okay.
I think 14 kg mono.
Yeah.
And I was hoying till my arm fell off. About an hour's casting, not a touch, dude. And then suddenly I'm fast. Rod bent. And this thing comes out down past the mouth. You know when your line makes a ripping sound through the water?
Starts cutting the water in half.
Yeah, my man, this thing ripped out the water. Now goes out the mouth and I say, no, I'm going to tackle you.
Stop him.
Turns around and comes back past me again. Ripping line again. I knew this is big. And about 5 or 6 runs and then literally up and landing about a 10 kilo leary.
A nice fish.
No, decent size. Fish, really, it was my first proper one of that size. Yeah. And I was super chuffed on it. That is, so that became one of my favorite spoons for that particular reason. What I liked is they cast a bit further than the Toby's in them as well.
No, Toby's not that's what I'm saying. Toby gets a bit of a wobble in the air sometimes.
I found the bubble, you could actually pull these in a fair bit faster than a Toby. Toby started tumbling at that speed. This thing, I believe
you can almost work it as a top water lure, that one.
Yeah, I believe for Leary, there's no such thing as too fast to retrieve.
No. The faster the better.
The faster the better. Okay,
guys, then we go to what we'll call the S, like much a slight S-shaped spoon. It's also one of my favorites. I like to fit these with a single hook. I think you get a bit of a better swim off them than on the treble. Also, nice go-to spoon. It casts a decent distance.
I think yellowtail and the hailback. That's a favorite.
Yeah, this is pretty much it. Like your yellowtail spoon. I've caught Larry's on my spoon like this before. There might be better spoons for Larry's, but these are the spoons that I carried around.
And I think nice again. You don't have to super work it or anything like that.
And if you got this thing right on a calm day, you can actually get the spoon to flap on the
top.
You could get it to flap on the top.
Lift the tip up and
you can get it to flap. You could get him to flap quite nicely. If you got him to not flap, you'd sink. But once you got him that way, you would stay like that.
Yeah.
Not all the time though, but
that flatter type action.
You could get him to work, which I really enjoyed. And then last but not least, Don, the long range weapon.
Now, there's still several bullet spoons designs. That's one of the bit of a keel on the one side, so it's not a straight bullet as such. You do get the straight bullets too. Bullet implying
distance. You want something to fly, get through the air.
You want this thing to go far, and you want it to retrieve it fast.
Quickly,
But this is a spoon with no action.
Yeah.
You're going to wind, it's going to go straight.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to lift the tip, drop, lift the tip, drop, slight pause, drop. You need to give it some work.
Yeah.
But the idea of these is like the guys going from the Natal snooker net,
Yeah.
where you're trying to push the back banks and that's allowed you to get there.
And also a spoon that wasn't really designed for it, but you could do some vertical work on this type of spoon. A little bit.
Yeah, this is the predecessor, what we call slow pitch jigging nowadays.
Correct.
Very much so. So you can certainly work them well. They drop nicely through the current.
Through the columns.
And the question, here's a quick question for you. I know you mentioned singles or trebles.
Yeah.
It's always a tricky one on a spoon.
Yeah. It depends on some spoons. A treble works better. Your hookup rates a bit better on a treble sometimes.
You know, it depends on the species, I think, to some degree. I find shad are so sporadic in how hard they hit something that occasionally a treble actually works better. Whereas a single, for a larger fish like a GT, yellowtail, carbivin, I think a single hook is probably a better idea because they literally bite on the spoon.
It's not just knocking it.
Whereas your shad and a leary, to that matter, they actually hit it. And often they hit miss.
Correct.
And that's where a treble can be. But sadly, your trebles often damage the fish.
They hurt the fish.
Often leary, you hook them in the top fin, etc.
And also, another reason I also like the single, if the shad are normally in shoals most of the time, not all the time. If you miss a fish, it's not normally the end of the world. You're probably going to get another one in another couple of throws.
Yeah, for sure.
And then also, another thing also nice about the single hook, if you're catching shad by the numbers, you're not battling to get the hooks out every 2 minutes.
No, for sure. Much easier to get out. And also, I think a fair bit stronger. Yeah. Your trebles can straighten sometimes on really large fish as well. So, yeah, guys, if you don't throw spoons, I know there are modern lures nowadays that have taken that over to a large degree, but spoons still outcast your paddle tails and that. Yeah. It's every lure angler should have a couple in their bag. Yeah. And I suggest having at least a bullet, a hollow back, and something with an action like a Toby or what I call an S-bend. And if you want to get a little modern on it, maybe those rattle ones which smack together.
The double Toby works beautifully.
Yeah, that fish really slowly, particularly for cobbit nights on the bottom.
Yeah.
A mate of mine went to Angola a little while ago. They were only getting the cob on the flat on the bottom, dragging spoons in the sand. I think the cob was smacking them like soul or something like it. Bang, bang,
Talking
bang.
about that was my favorite shape pretty much for dragging it through the sand. Hamburg, so you guys, that's extremely sharp. Hamburg, we used to fish years ago with big brass, heavy 3-ounce brass spoons, but bigger than profile than this, but that sort of shape.
Yep.
And then literally that sort of winding, they're almost sticking fast like this. And
absolutely.
Get some nice fish like that.
So yeah, I think spooning is not died. It's a heritage as well. I know I've spoken about Roykrans and the guys down Cape Town used to go for tuna and that. They used to throw 6-8 ounce spoons. They had
bigger arms than I did.
The one guy, check out there's this thing called sealine.co. It's got a history of that, which is really cool. The one guy between the shoals of tuna, he used to stand there and do vertical push-ups. What do you call them?
Handstand push-ups.
Handstand push-ups, just to get frisk for when the shoal came through. Flop, dude. It's like, I'm feeling old compared to that, trust me. So yeah, let's keep spooning, huh?
100%. Anyway, guys, don't forget that Bulmoria have, without a doubt, the biggest spoon collection available in the country. I'm looking to my right.
We do spoons, eh?
About 15 rows of spoons, there's about 150 different types of spoons at least there, guys. So check out their website if you are interested in still fishing with some spoons. Every angler should carry a couple of spoons.
And gladly tell us your best catch on a spoon. Some of your experience, or what your favorite is. We're keen to hear. And this summer, I'm definitely going to throw a bit, definitely.
Spoons, summertime, definitely for us. Definitely spoon time of the year, guys. Sure. Anyway, guys, thanks for joining us this week. So from Dean from Untraceable Fishing and Don from Bulmoria Fishing Tackle, this was Throwback Thursday.
Cheers.